So we are going to start in the next few moments. Meanwhile, please, I request everybody to mute themselves. That will be great. Thank you. So as we know, we all are joined here as advisors. Few of our team members are also here. So today we are going to start off with the induction process, wherein we're going to discuss the company profile. Post that, we will be having our country comparisons. To start off with this session, obviously, since we joined as an advisor, the first brief will be about what are the difference between our major 5 countries that we will be discussing today. What are the important things? What are the options available in different countries, and which all are the requirements? So we are going to start off with the country comparison. Post that, we have next sessions on our Friday. That will be the study in USA. Another important topic that we will be covering on Friday. So I request everybody, if they can join in, you are requested to join in live so that we can have a one-to-one interaction, and all your question answers will be handled correctly. So to start off with, today we are going to have the induction. I'm going to invite our GM, Mr. Ranjan Bhattacharya. He's going to talk about the country comparison, the induction of the company, and more details regarding the LMS you will be using and other feasibilities. So over to you, Ranjan sir.
Thank you, Nija, and welcome everyone. All the advisors would become the advisors in some time. We are really happy to actually have a small batch this time. We've been doing 30, 40, 50 advisors together. Now we just moved into small batches so that we can concentrate more, and you get more time to interact with our team members as well. My name is Ranjan, and I look after the operations and marketing all across for the company. I think I've interacted with a few of you. I think I see Mr. Iyengar over there. How are you, sir? I think Mr. Iyengar, how are you? You are on mute. You are on mute right now.
Now, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. How are you?
I'm absolutely fine. Just came back from Dubai, so settling down.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for joining in. I see Mr. Srinivasan. I see some of you have returned on your videos. It's always good to actually turn on the videos and listen to us. Just mute yourself, and in case you are traveling and you're not able to do so, no problems at all. Right? At least we can see, or else it seems that, okay, we are only talking to a board, a blank board, So I will first take you through the website a little bit. I'm sure all of you must have gone through the website when you signed up the MOU with us. And also thereafter, I will take you through a small presentation, a small PDF, which will talk about the organization. Post that, I will talk about a little bit about the academy login, which we must have given it to you by now, and you must have logged in. In case I will take you through how does the academy login works. Where all you will find your
Hi, sorry to interrupt.
your videos. Yes, please.
Yeah, actually, I wanted you to join. Let Sukrat join in. He's
Who's this?
He's from DCM Immigrations Code Kapura.
I'm already joined, ma'am. Okay. I have just joined.
Punjab team, sir.
Okay. I think some of the team members here are from a couple of team members are from different branches. If in case you're not able to hear or have any queries, please connect with Nirja or your immediate reporting manager. We have the advisors here who will be having questions related to, the platform is different. You've been asked to join for training and understanding, different programs. So today is more of an induction platform. So wherein we will be talking about the company and how does the academy works, and of course the various country comparison, the basics of 4 to 5 countries, which will be taken by Ms. Nidhi Sharma, who's the head of North America for our organization. Let me quickly take you through the website first. I'll share my screen. Let me know, Nirja, if the screen is visible. Yeah.
So,
Okay. So this is our website. Our website, of course, everyone must have seen the website. It gives a little bit of information about, any student, anybody can actually come online and see, quickly check where all the student is eligible to go for studies. Now we have a database of approximately 700 to 800 institutions as of now uploaded, and the data is added every now and then. And the more we add the database, the more the students can actually go through and do this exercise on the basis of their grading systems. Various grading scales have been mentioned over here, and according to the score, it shows what all countries you will be eligible, or you can go for studies as per the database which is uploaded at our end. Then if when you go down, you also see a book appointment, which is the student can do a free video chat with our team members online, as well as they can actually come and book appointments. So this takes you to the appointment sheet, wherein there is a platform from where they can actually schedule an appointment. They can select their time and date and accordingly proceed for offline or online appointments. We also have one section with the name of Edu Protect. Once all of you get certified, I will be talking about, I'm taking take a session on Edu Protect, which is another program of MapMyStudy. Edu Protect, basically a platform for students starting from class 9th onwards till undergrad or postgrad level. They can actually enroll in this program and get numerous facilities. Right now, on MapMyStudy, every student enrolled on MapMyStudy direct branches, we are using EduProtect as a platform to put them on, wherein they can actually not only do research about their programs or study options, but also they can go through various videos, faculty-related videos, then mentor-related videos, industry-related videos, and thereafter they can also do applications. They can cross-check their status of the applications and all, right? Then you have the fast track application from where you can actually go and do immediate applications. So basically what happens, these are the ones which we represent directly, the institution which we directly represent, and students can do fast track applications via this particular platform. We've also mentioned some popular institutions. We do premium institutions. There is a top 50 in the world wherein we can help you, but this has been done directly from the head office. If in case you have any premium students, when I say premium students, the ones which are looking for top 20 or top 50 in the world. Some of the institutions we do represent in top 100 in the world, which we can talk about it later when we do country-related trainings. But apart from that, we also help students for premium institutions. Then we go down a bit. On the right hand side, this is the Edu Club TV. We have a blog and a vlog both, wherein you can see a lot of Indian school level or college level principals, or even the university, international university faculties coming and talking, giving interviews, talking about the current affairs or the challenges or their own, how did they reach to a particular level, stuff like that. And there are other blogs also students can read through. Some of our students, they talk about their experiences. Going down, these are the institute events. And when I say events, these are visits basically. So as we represent direct university, universities from different destinations, we have these universities coming to our offices for training our staff and meeting students. So whenever we have a visit, we upload it here so that students can, if they wanted to come and talk about, they have any query, they wanted to do application, they wanted to interact with the universities directly, they can do that. You also get that information whenever we have any visits. All our certified advisors gets the information, and if in case you have any students, you can notify us and we can schedule an appointment with you and your student directly with the representative. Uh, you know, Thanks to Zoom and other platforms, online platforms, uh, because of which we are able to actually cater to these kind of interviews with the representatives directly, or else it was always physical. And we also do various events which you can see and explore the old events. You just completed our Nepal event and our Bangladesh event. I just came back from Bangladesh, and we had wonderful and successful events in Bangladesh and Nepal. And we are planning to do some events in September or October in India now. These events were global events. So we invite international universities from as of now, four different major countries: US, UK, Australia, Canada, India. And accordingly, we invite these students to meet and interact with them. Some information about accommodation finance. We have our partners for accommodation, fee transfer, insurance, and other stuff. We will give you the information eventually if in case you wish to avail those services. And you have some links, some course links. And at the bottom, you see there is a tab that says Academy. I will take you to that once I am done with the induction. The Academy link will take you to the screen where it talks about uh, the Moodle platform where you will be actually studying. So I'll take you over there in some time. Right. Let me share the small PDF about the company. So as an organization, we are almost 22, 23, more than that years old organization. We started with one country, say Australia, and gradually we increased and moved on to various different countries. And right today, we are sending students to almost 20 to 22 odd, more than 20 odd countries, majorly to the US, Australia, Canada, UK, a little bit of Europe, and then Middle East, and you have Singapore, Malaysia as well. Now, as an organization, we were known as PAC-Asia earlier, PAC-Asia EduServe. We moved to MapMyStudy almost 6, 7 years back as a .com. The reason for moving to MapMyStudy.com was pretty simple, that we wanted to reach out to students in all sectors, all tier 1, tier 2, tier 3, and all. Otherwise, we were quite confined to a particular region. Wherever you have branches, where that is where you can actually counsel students. Pandemic did arrive just a couple of years or 1 year back, but then we were prepared enough. Almost 5, 6 years back, we started our online counseling way back when we were using a platform with the name of Covio. That's an Australian company from where we actually integrated the online counseling through, with the help of Covio. In fact, we've been doing online counseling. That was the idea then, back then in 2000, and I think 14, 13 or 14 around when MapMyStudy actually started. We were fortunate enough to actually get good backup from the organizations like US, where we participated in their events here in India, and also Access MBA and Masters, where we always participate, whether online or offline, in the region. Now, we follow a very simple method of inform, engage, support, and then recruit. Term here, recruit, is basically to recruit students. It is not related to a human resource recruitment. It's more of a student recruitment. When we will be talking about recruitment, it's more of a student recruitment for the universities or institutions across various destinations. So what we do is inform. We have to have good and genuine information to be given to the student. Our policy is student first. No matter what, the first and foremost thing is student. We do not actually consider a student a number. Many times you've seen that people do consider them as a number. Oh, that's a student number. He referring to the student number. There's no student is a student, not a number for us. So inform, then engage, support the student and the parent, and then move into the recruitment part for the institutions. That's the way we work. As about us, our CEO, who's Mr. Pushpinder Bhatia, that he is the managing director and CEO of the organization. He has studied inside business school at the University of Oxford. He also have whatever number of years we are experienced into. That's what his experience is also about. I mean, because he has started the organizations way back in uh, before 2000 and 1996, 97 around, when he started single-handedly with one university, and we've reached to this level now. We were being awarded by an international entity, the Pioneer Award, in the UK in 2018 for one of the best, agency of the year award. This is an international award. A lot of other organizations have also won it. In the past, if I talk about it within India, if you've heard of IDP or if you've heard of Advise International, so a couple of those entities have also, been awarded. So we are one of the initial I think companies or organizations in study abroad who have been awarding this particular award in 2018 from India. If I talk about be specific on it, we are authorized direct representatives of various institutions. So it's mentioned 350. We have already crossed more than 400 institutions worldwide, which are the direct representations. However, when we give the list of institutions to our advisors, certified advisors, you can recruit students for more than 2,000 institutions across 27 to 28 odd countries. That's a huge list. We don't tell you to mark up all the institutions. We don't tell you to actually train yourself for all those institutions, but we give you the entire list to to have your morals up that yes, you can support students to for more than 2,000 institutions across 27 to 28 destinations. And that is where our association comes in. And that is where we actually support you in monetary as well. Moving on to the other, associations. Yes, British Council, American International Recruitment Council, AV, ISEF, Berlin. These are some of the associations which we are already members with. If you talk about I will be actually talking about the other associations as well. The as we move forward. Some of the key facts we had been because it's the corporate presentation, so I've mentioned 18 to 20 odd countries. We have been sending students to now 22 odd, as I said, and we have more than 400 institutions by now. Of course, in a year we send students in four figures. That's not a small number. I cannot tell you a specific number here, but then we send students in four figures every year. Apart from the pandemic, whatever happened in the past, but then now we are quite stable and expanding very, very rapidly with our regions in India and Bangladesh and Nepal now. Recruiting students from four countries, yes, India, Nepal, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka. These are the major territories we are recruiting, and we have an office in Australia in Melbourne. We are connected with, we are directly connected with almost 300 to 350 schools across India. And if you are also connected with schools and wanted to do any exercise, any activity, I will take it on when I do the marketing session with you all. Well, as I mentioned just a few minutes back, that we also do exhibition or fairs, Global Education Expo or a country-specific education expo. We do it every year, twice a year. Uh, and in the middle also, we keep on doing small application weeks, application days, or university-specific exhibitions as well, whether it is online or offline. So whenever we do it, and if it is in your city, we do inform you, we invite you, and you can come along with your students or interact with the university representatives accordingly. So as I was also mentioning that we were the initial, we already launched in fact virtual counseling way back in 2013-14. So we were the first company to launch, in fact, prior to COVID, much prior to COVID. In fact, we were ready for the virtual counseling. So we never had any problems. Now we are using Zoom and not go way out, with Zoom being more flexible and then can actually accommodate more students in one go. Some marketing promotions, yes, we are present in all platforms, whether it is digital marketing, performance level marketing, events, outreach in schools and colleges, advertisements, physical, newspaper ads or print ads, direct focus marketing, all these activities we do it. And if in case, so in digital marketing, we give you various collaterals to promote, on your social media spaces. So These are all customized collaterals. I'm sure that has been briefed by our team members to you all. And these are all customized collaterals wherein you will get your name, email ID, and phone number. So you don't have to invest on the collaterals. You will get the collaterals from our end every month, 4 to 5 collaterals or some videos to promote on your platforms to capture the students and counsel them accordingly. We mention your details so that the student can connect with you directly, not to MapMyStudy. Even if they connect to MapMyStudy and we receive an inquiry and the student says that no, I have actually seen your, this particular ad, we will refer that student back to you. That's how it works. Uh, then you have events. Of course, I've covered the events. Then you have outreach in high schools and colleges. We also have connects, and if in case you have connects, happy to actually support you with our team members. Happy to actually do, conduct counseling sessions, one-on-one sessions, so that we can support you in converting students. Advertisements, of course, we do print ads. These are the advertisements when we do events. These are bigger, the ATL activities which we do when we have events, bigger events coming in, and the universities do visit us during the events. That is when we do majorly these kind of activities. And but then there are a lot many times we've seen that the local level marketing, if I talk about, like Punjab or Hyderabad, there are a lot of we've seen in Ahmedabad, we've seen some local level marketing also work. So depending on what is your market, where are you actually marketing yourself, we can discuss these activities and come out supporting you wherever you think that it can benefit you. Direct focus marketing is more of a target oriented marketing. When I say target oriented, we know that okay, GMAT, GRE, TOEFL, IELTS, PTE, Duolingo, these kind of tests being given by the students who are aspiring to study abroad. So if we try to actually gather that information, we try to send our marketing people and collect those databases, that is where we can actually directly approach those students who aspire to study abroad and convert them. That's what we refer to as direct focus marketing. Some of our partner institutions we have, as I mentioned, we have a lot of institutions which are top 100 in the world, top 50 in the world, whether you talk about the group of it in Australia, Monash, Western Australia, UNSW, or if you talk about the other premium institutions, Northeastern, Waterloo, in in US or Canada, York. So some are some are in the top 100 in the world, which we work directly. These are not. I'm just not showing you the logos. This is just a small set of logos wherein to show you that okay, these are the ones which we work on, directly. Then some of the activities which we did in the past with very premium clients on the digital platform. We supported Education Council of India for Study in India venture, wherein we have promoted study in India in the Middle East region, in the subcontinent region and of course the other South Asian countries to capture leads and also churn those leads for Indian institutions. So that's where we played a very good role. And it's not once, we did it twice, thrice with them. Enterprise Ireland is another entity in the European region where they do a lot of events within India. We have supported them in their digital, their events on digital platforms. Of course, Monash University, they've trusted us every day. They do a lot of marketing with us, various activities we perform with them and for them on online and offline. St. George University, that's one of the medicine institutions in the Caribbean. We did an year activity with them for student recruitment. Likewise, the other institutions here. And as I mentioned, Access MBA and Masters, which is almost permanent partners with us, wherein we support them in every year. They do events twice a year, so accordingly we support them in student recruitment, in fact lining up students for them on online as well as offline activities. As I mentioned in the beginning, some of our association I mentioned are just above in terms of AIRC, which is the American International Recruitment Council, ISF Berlin, ARI for Australia, NAFSA for US, and EAI for European region. NIRE is for the Nepalese and Australian Association. So these are some of the associations which we are members with, and there are many others. We are part of, the activities along with them. Some locations where we are right now, some are being added. Like in Punjab, we've added 2 more locations. In Haryana, we've added 1 more. Down south in Hyderabad, we added 1 more branch recently. And in Dhaka, we just did a revamp of the entire branch and opening up another Chittagong branch. We are already present in, so we have celebrated 15 years, a couple of years back. Just prior to COVID, we celebrated 15 years in Kathmandu. We are there in Bangladesh for last 7 to 8 years now. So quite established brands in those markets with the name of PAC Asia, PAC Asia, not MapMyStudy. People don't know MapMyStudy over there, but they know PAC Asia as the parent organization. That's how it is. We are restructuring the entire Colombo branch and will be expanding with a couple of branches in that region very soon. That's about the organization, and this is the contact details of the main head office and major. I mean, all our email addresses, sorry, um, all our signatures will have the main landline number. You can always connect with our team members, and these are some destinations which we talk about here. So this was about the organization as such, and the overall. If I talk about this, thank you. Uh, so this was about the organization, and now I will take you to. If you have questions, please keep writing on the chat box. And we will take up the questions. Whatever questions you have, please keep writing on the chat box. If in case you don't want to, you can raise your hand here itself, and we take up one by one. And just give me 1 moment. Okay. I will then quickly take you to the dashboard of our Moodle platform. And then we take up the questions. I could see the questions coming up. Thank you so much. So this is the MapMyStudy homepage, as I mentioned just a few minutes back. I will quickly go at the bottom of the page. When you click on the Academy, you go to this page. Okay. Now you log in from this page. You don't log in as guest. You log in from this page here. On this page, you see upcoming events. I think I have logged into an account which is an old account, which will only have references or resources. Okay. Now, let me tell you, the same login post your certification will work as a resource login for all of you. The Academy, the main documents, the main videos will be removed. You will have all the resources. You can always refer back to the information here. There will be more videos being uploaded, more training videos being uploaded by the universities on this particular login only. So this login never finishes. It will be there with you till the time you're associated with us. Provided you are using it, provided you're active with us, we will notify you in case we pause the login. If in case you're not active, we will notify you, we will monitor, and in case you're not using, we will pause it for some time till you notify us that yes, you're ready to restart it. We don't stop it till the time we have you're associated with us. Now this is the dashboard where you'll be able to see all your courses. Okay, and this is the site home where you see these are reference sheets. Just give me 1 moment. So this, okay, give me 1 more. I think this particular dashboard won't work for you. Let me log into a page where I can show you the exact document, the documents and everything, what everyone can see. Give me 1 moment, please. Sorry for this. In fact, I'm going to take Nija as ID to open up. I have some old accounts. Apologies. Just give me one moment. Nija, can you take up the questions in the meantime?
Yeah, of course, sir. There is a question from Priyadarshini ji that do we counsel those non-Indian students as well? Yes, we do. As we have told you in the our introduction sessions when we talk to you on the Zoom session, there is no boundaries for you. You can go ahead and counsel all the students all across in the world. But before you give us the profile, we will check the profile whether we will be able to cater that student or not. If yes, we will definitely help you on that. Right. So if you have any student from Bangladesh, Nepal, Australia, America, anywhere in the world, you can, let us know and we will definitely try and help you.
Thank you.
So,
Thanks.
Yeah, one more thing that I would like to know is that as I heard that July, August is the peak period, especially for the students to get admitted in Indian universities. Other than that, for the foreign universities, they still take up a little bit for some of the vacancies in September, October, something. So just wanted to ensure if this would be very restricted or will it continue throughout the year? Maybe little bit less here
Okay,
and there.
Nija, I'll just take up that question. Just mute yourself. Yeah, so Priyadarshini ji, you're absolutely right. So study abroad goes throughout the year. So don't worry. The first question which you raised is in terms of the territory. So you don't have any territory restrictions per se. Okay, so you can recruit students from any part of the country or from the subcontinent, or even if you have students from the Middle East or any other part of the world, you can do that. There's no problem at all. Just notify us. Okay, so majority of your students would be from India, the subcontinent, and some and small numbers would be from the other parts. So do not hesitate to share the details, and then we will tell you where all and how we can actually support you with that. That's one. And secondly, you're absolutely right. For India, we only have one intake we can focus on. For the other countries, throughout the year, so no restrictions. Please keep on sending students. So if the student misses the this particular intake, they can actually go from the next intake. Of course, it depends on country to country. Some countries have only one intake, or some institutions may have one intake, but majority of them will have two intakes in a year. Okay, so you don't have to worry on that, right?
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, Ji. I will quickly go on to sharing my screen once again. I have logged in to Nija's account now. This is the screen, Nija. Is it visible?
yes, sir.
So this is the Moodle or the Academy screen of MapMyStudy, where you will be studying about various countries. All the sessions are recorded, been uploaded here the same day when you will get the session. So all your courses are opened. Just give me. All your courses will get open the day when you get the training of that. Say, for example, today we have done the induction and the 4-5 countries, country comparison. So today's session will be uploaded and will be active for you in the evening. So you can refer back to it. This is also active. You can download Moodle, and that's an application, Moodle. Nija, if you could just write it on the chat box. So Moodle is basically the platform where it's an application you can download on your mobile phones, and you will have your login details. You will automatically get to know then how to actually log into Moodle. If not, Nija's team members will support you and assist you to log into Moodle on your mobiles, and you can study on the go. It's that flexible. All right. So giving you an example, if you have this is the login page where you logged in. These are the resources, assessments, and everything will be shown here. If I go to site home, this is the site home. It talks about all the reference sheets for different countries. It takes you down to study in the USA admissions visa, USA product training details. So you see, this is the video. It comes. You would not be able to see the video today. For you all, it will get activated once the day you will have the US training scheduled. So in the evening, these all videos will be activated and uploaded. However, you can also see the presentation, which will be shared with you all during the session. You can also refer to some videos of different universities. Then it will talk about US education system, a lot of content. So you see a lot of content. If you wish to read, it talks to you about practical training, everything what you need for a student to counsel is mentioned over here, is given in detail, and a lot of university videos also for your reference. How does different universities, and then the process and their process looks like. Uh, Apart from that, we also have, and this was about the US training. Then you talk about US admission training module presentation. That is separate. That is again a separate module which you will be studying. This is the video, and these are the this is how the presentation looks like. So it is very in-depth, very intense, the content. Then you can talk about USA assessment and visa training modules. The content is very in-depth. If you could read and study hard on this at this stage of your life, you would be able to outshine with the numbers and scores. All right. So yes, so this is how it is. It's very simple. You go, and when you already have your logins, you check on this particular platform maneuver on it. Have a look at your assessments. Have a look at your product training. If you have any challenges, any issues, any problems, do not hesitate to contact with Nija's team members, and they'll be happy to actually assist you with the entire training and academy section. Some dates are also mentioned here. You would keep on looking at the calendar, and you see it shows upcoming events, recent assessed courses, course overview, how much completed, how much not completed, right? Accordingly. This is Nija's platform, Nija's login. She has never completed this, so that's the reason it's showing 0%. So she should be completing this as well. All right. This was about the academic platform which we have. All right. And I just completed the induction and also spoke about the academy platform, the Moodle platform, which you can use it on the go or on your desktop and all. Now I will take up the questions. Nija has also mentioned the name MOODLE. That's an online learning platform. We've just completed one question. I will move on to Mr. Sukant's question. Do you have any office in Odisha? Unfortunately, no, Mr. Sukant. We do not have any office in Odisha. We did some presentations. Our team members flew to I think Cuttack or Bhubaneswar. They flew over there and they did some presentation with some of the big schools. I think that was prior to pandemic, but we do not have any branches in Odisha. However, open to explore the opportunities in case any of you are interested to explore. Happy to actually work on with you on this. Yes, we can plan to open in the near future for your support. Yeah, and then we move on to Mr. Iyengar says, do you have a process flow chart of the complete admission process right now from the counseling to final admission? Yes, of course. As I mentioned, Mr. Iyengar, I've shown you every country has a different, process. So if we talk about US will have an admission process. UK will have an admission process. You'll have to learn that, know that, and accordingly proceed. Of course, the standard method is basically to first shortlist the institution, give it to the student. Student likes it. Student finalizes 2 to 3 institutions out of your shortlisted institutions. Pick up the applications, fill up the details, attach the documents, and send to the admissions team. The admissions team is centralized, where they assess the application and accordingly process. If there is any pending, they will actually ask you to produce those pending documents, and accordingly you will submit. You will all get a CRM ID, which is an internal software. We use it for our internal team. We give you the ID and password of the CRM along with your academy and academy logins. CRM ID will be given to you post the training, not right now. Once you certify, then only the CRM ID has been created and given to you, and there'll be a small CRM training as well. That will be prior to the certification. but the IDs will be given post certification. And thereafter, once it is assessed, it will be processed to the university. If the student gets an offer from the university, then we send it back to you. Offer student receives the offer, you receive the offer. Accordingly, the student pays the fee to lock in the the seat. Fees is paid directly to the university. They don't pay to us. We tell them how to pay. We inform them how to actually manage the finance and everything, but only directly to the university. We don't take any money from the student either. You will be taking, student will pay everything directly to the university. It is that transparent. So don't worry about any student asking you that whether I have to pay to you or the university. The student will be paying to the university, not to us. And in terms of the entire flowchart of the process, yes, eventually we'll see in different presentation how does the flow goes like. You will get to know about that. And their lateral admissions to Indian Study. Yes, of course, as I said, there'll be a proper process for every country, which we will be briefing. So the training is divided into three parts of every country. So one is the country training, and second is the admissions training, and third is visa training. So that is how it goes. We say counseling, admission, visa, or country admission and visa. So every country will have a separate admissions training and visa. Some of the formats would be quite similar for all of you, very similar. Documentation quite similar, process quite similar, but some terms would be different. So those terms you need to understand. So cash letter in Australia, I-20 in the US, or I think what do you call it in the UK? You have a different terminology. So you have to learn those terminology and accordingly, proceed. Can we have branch in Bangalore in coming days? We've done. It's an unfortunate part for us also. 2020 February, we were in Bangalore and we did an event in Bangalore Hyatt Hotel on MG Road, and we were also finding. I think I don't know one of you we spoke. I spoke in fact, and on MG Road there is a Brigade Road, and over there we were finding a office. And we were almost finalizing an office next to a very big bookstore, and then the pandemic happened, so we couldn't open the office. It is unfortunate our end. We wish to actually open an office in Bangalore. We are hunting good team members. If you have any plans, if you think that you wanted to explore some opportunities with us, maybe down the line 6 months or 8 months, we don't mind. Let us know. Happy to support. But we have a lot of certified advisors in that region, and that gives us good support and student numbers from that side as well. But yes, to support our advisors, we wish to have an office, physical office in Bangalore as well. Can you plan events in our region? Harpreet, what is your region? Harpreet, if you could just mention your region. Where are you from?
He's from Maharashtra.
Okay, Harpreet, which part of Maharashtra we don't know, but then if you wanted to organize some events, as I said, I will be taking up a marketing session with you all, wherein I will talk about what you can do and what we can do, and mutually how we can help each other. So that is where we can discuss individually also. If you have any plans to do, what kind of events you want to do, how or where do you want our support, to be there. So happy to explore those options. We have done it earlier, and we can do it again. So we do, advisor specific events as well. So let us know how do you want to do it. We see the magnitude and we see the opportunity for both of us, and we explored. I think we are open to it, right? And Mr. Srinivasa, what about an office at Chennai? So I see a lot of people are interested to, open up our offices, and I'm happy to actually, talk more about it. Uh, we've not explored Chennai, but Bangalore and Mumbai. Mumbai, we had an office. Pandemic closed it, and then we had to restart it. And right now, we just opened a second office in Hyderabad, exploring Mumbai and Bangalore as well. We might travel down south to Mumbai and Bangalore. But Chennai, thank you for raising it up. Happy to actually explore, Srinivasanji. You have anybody who wants to take a franchisee? Happy to, discuss more on it. Okay. uh, I am so sorry that I am not able to pronounce the name. However, I think Miss or Mr. Pirzadeh, if we get the chance to work in Bangalore, we will support you, sir. Thank you so very much. You are so kind for that. We will be inviting you. Don't worry. We'll be inviting you and all our events and activities, which we plan to do in the region. And Aurangabad, I see. Oh, Harpreet is not Aurangabad. That's nice. Yes, it is a nice city, Harpreet, and I think Aurangabad has a good potential also. Some of the cities I just discussed with Mr. Iyengar the other day. He was talking about Mysore, and I think Aurangabad is another destination where you have a lot of potential. Yeah, thank you. We will definitely explore and discuss on this in detail of what do you plan to actually, in Aurangabad. If I talk about any other questions, any suggestions, any points which you wanted to touch base, and I can take it up, or else I will ask Nidhi to now take over and give you a brief on four different countries, a little bit of brief about four different countries. This is not an in-depth training. This is just an overview, quite similar information, and she will introduce herself and talk about various countries, have a look at it, and proceed accordingly. Any other questions coming in for me for related to say advisor model? Any sort of a support if you wanted to talk about? Though I will be taking up these questions on the entire session on marketing and support once the entire sessions gets over. Yeah. Any other questions? All right. So I will ask Nidhi to actually take over the podium and take you through the presentation on various countries. Over to Nidhi.
Yeah, thank you so much. Okay, I think we have another question for you, Ranjan, before I start.
I see that, yes, making Chennai an attractive destination by generating many student prospects in the near future. Yes, of course. Chennai is a very, very, very good destination. And I believe a lot of students come to Chennai from various parts of various nearby regions. And then the literacy rate is quite high. And in fact, you're right, Srinivasan, this is a good place. Let me know what we can do in Chennai. In fact, I see you're very interested. Okay, so we can touch base accordingly. I give it back to Nidhi. Please go ahead.
Thank you, Ranjan, and a very good evening to all of you for those who are attending us today. After a nice introduction, what Ranjan started with, I will just want to give a few more minutes. We'll certainly talk about the major USPs of the countries and probably some information which is already shared by Ranjan, some awards and accreditations. So I have a small video which I would be running, and you will have a recording again at the Moodle. I will pause the video and talk about it, I think, just to make it more interactive rather than only running a video. Though the video is self-explanatory, and few of the advisors before actually were so happy to see the video that they got it made for themselves also. So we do personal branding, as Ranjan pointed out, in order to help you explore the best out of whatever we have available already, and then we can create also if you have some unique ideas. So I will just share my screen and then I think you can see the video. Yeah. So these are the few services we would want to just take a minute and highlight here, that we at MapMyStudy would help you to analyze your student's profile. We very well understand that you all of you are veterans from your individual industries. Still, we believe that we have been doing it for more than 2 decades now, and there can be some things which we can add to what you already know. So the student comes to you for his assessment. if you can do it yourself, more than welcome. If you want our opinion, we have set formats which we'll be sharing it with you in the days to come. Share the profile of the student, will help you analyze him better, give him the options of what the student wants. So it's practically a match between what the student needs and probably what will also get him the visa further. So I think our team, when we talk, we are looking at a combination for not only the degree or the admission, but also the visa related issues as well. So we would want to address right in the beginning, but it really helps to analyze the student better. We do it along with you over emails and over Zoom calls as well. So in the days to come, you may ask Nija to connect with either of us for a detailed counseling if you have it for a specific students. You may want our team to talk to your students initially for one or two students, and Nija can be happy to arrange all those sessions with relevant counselors as well. We also help students with career-oriented solutions. Majorly, students come to us with post-grad requirements for courses like MBAs or masters in specific specializations, and some even for the PhD as well. So most of the time, leaving PhD, medical and law courses, our team can help you with almost everything what you would need. However, there are some solutions to those as well, which you can talk to us separately. It's about counseling, it's about university selection, it's about admission assistance, which my team would be covering in the days to come, where we help you with selected university applications, what you selected with your student to apply. So our team helps you with, which is a combination of online and offline. We also help students to get some scholarships, financial guidance, etc. when they apply. There are some direct financials or scholarships available to students based on academics, while there are some deadline-oriented scholarships as well. So our team, while you select the university, also guides you through. And then last but not the least, which is also the most important part of a student's journey with us, is the visa. So we've got an excellent visa team to support for all the countries. Majorly, we are number one in Australia, and then US and Canada, UK, Ireland, etc. So the number goes like this. But then our visa team is excellent enough to support you with France, Germany, as well as these major countries for visas. We connect the student, family, and you with the visa time when the time comes for the student to file the visa. Though while we, in the next few days, when we start doing university, the country-wise trainings, we do have 3 segments in that. One is the product, second is the admissions, which means applications, and third is the visa. So you will get to see the team there, and then probably you can just see for yourself that how exactly we can help you more and much in that. So we're talking majorly about these major destinations, though we will cover Ireland also when the sequence comes for training in details. So maybe this is an interesting slide and we would want to spend a little time on that. Benefits of studying in US. So everyone talks about studying abroad, and when it comes to studying abroad, US needlessly wins, and the only reason is number of universities, which is more than 4,500 available there. There can be a course for anyone and everyone with low marks or high marks, with number of years of gaps you have, or the fresh graduates. The most important thing in US also is the liberal system of education, which fairly gives the student to do mechanical engineering with maybe music as minors, or maybe do psychology majors with chemistry minor. So a student can have different interest combined as far as undergrad degrees are concerned. Even for master's students, there are foolproof degrees in the you can look for specializations which are very niche available in an American university. So most of the times, if a student has a plan to study, he can definitely get education in an American university very easy. The high quality of education and the higher career opportunities, which I think I will cover when the time for training also comes. The quality of education, again, needless to say, in top 100 universities, more than 50% universities are from America. There are great career opportunities, and hence we have seen for past so many years the students diverting towards the land of opportunities, which is America. There are STEM, which is science, technology, engineering, and mathematics degrees, which will give 3 years of stay back to students who pursue their master's level entries or their undergrad level entries in America. So there are a lot of great careers. Engineering, especially Indian students have been very, academically intelligent to pursue engineering here in India, and then when they go for masters, they get easy jobs. And especially for somebody who's a female and also is an engineer, Joe Biden's this year's responsibility is to increase the number of female engineers. So I think that also is something which is very welcoming in America. During COVID also, we have observed that there were a lot of things which were, obviously the borders were closed and there were high numbers of COVID there, but then otherwise the studies were uninterrupted. Government federally helped the students who were stuck up there. The visa issues were also resolved, though they did not allow the stamping, but otherwise they were very, very cordial to the students community there. It is definitely a perfect position or a country for graduates, those who want to pursue masters or those who are looking for professional education. There are skill-based courses, there are professional courses like MBA, etc. And there are a lot of high jobs available with them. Also, I would say that there are H-1B visas, which comes into picture when a student applies for a full-time job after finishing the course, which probably we may not be the right people to comment on that. But since because of experience, if you have students asking you what after the degree they would do, we can help you understand, make him understand that as well. Just a slide covering the wide range of courses. There can be more than 200 majors with more than 20,000 specializations in those. So there can be parts and partials of the courses, like in mathematics only, you would have various concepts which can become a specialization for you. So is the engineering, architecture, IT, computer science, which are few of the STEM related courses as well. There are great jobs in accountancy, biotechnology, research-based courses as well, where we also see there's an increase in demand for health-related courses, whether that's a master's in public health or hospital administration. So there are lots and lots of jobs available with related courses. So these are just a few of the available ones. There can be 1,000 combinations students make, right from aerospace to MIS to a simple MBA or maybe a finance related courses. A lot of times I have seen students doing their undergrad in economics or finance and then ending up having jobs at Wall Street. So US is also one of the great paymasters. This is an important slide where we would understand that, yes, we can dream of going abroad. We can even dream of going to America. What about the course, the cost? Cost of the education varies definitely for undergrad and master's program. There are lots and lots of scholarships available with our partner universities, which definitely because of lack of awareness here in India, not all students and parents are informed for the same. So if we have students, they can really get benefits and the families can send their kids abroad on an affordable cost. On an average, the cost of tuition can be an 18,000 US dollars per year, and a PG program can be roughly 20 to $22,000 per year. Also, the cost of dollar at present is almost 80 to 81 rupees. The average living is $10,000. It is expensive definitely in cities or states like New York and California. But otherwise, if we go to a little moderate states like Ohio, Mississippi, Louisiana, the cost can be as low as $8,000 as well per year. So technically, it is an expensive country, but with a right approach, we can help students to get scholarships, and they can have subsidized education as low as maybe a $25,000 for a non-inclusive, all-inclusive undergrad per year. So you get back to us, and we can give you those affordable universities as well. I would say when it comes to North America, US and Canada come hand in hand. So the students who go to US, they also end up making their permanent residency in Canada, and that's because it is a place which has a cosmopolitan culture. Students from or people from all across the world are there. It is almost in the most or the highest livable places worldwide. A lot of cities from Canada belong to that. Canada is also a place for most freshwater lakes. It is one of the best climate or weather conditions, especially when it comes to west of Canada. Of course, east side is cold for at least 6 months, but students get most of the opportunities in the whole Canada. The low population and the vast land area, I think those are the key factors which are attracting more and more international students, especially from India, who wish to go to Canada. There are, of course, scholarships available. We can help students for getting not only their deserved course or the likable course, and also few scholarships which can help them reduce the cost and then help them to apply, for a global degree at an affordable price. The country also comes with a permanent residency options, which is a very, very streamlined process. You have to have a particular number of years of education, followed by a number of years of work, and apply for permanent residency, which is points oriented. So there is almost a guaranteed progression to PR. Again, a lot of work opportunities. Canada also gives students the opportunities to work in the related or not related field. The students can finish their education in maybe psychology or mechanical engineering and end up doing a job in administrative levels, which can also get him a permanent residency. He needs to reach manager's level, which can take a year or a year and a half in most cases if the student is hardworking. So there can be several packages students will come across. And in COVID, we have seen Canada was the #1 country which actually gave not only the allowance to the student community, those who especially were laid off from the jobs because of COVID, and also gave them a sustainable amount to live up to the expected living standards in Canada for almost 6 months. And they're back. A lot of universities also reduced their rules, and the international students got benefits. There were several new rules introduced. There were new rules for permanent residency also, which came into the picture while the COVID was in there. So students could file permanent residency even without working just after finishing 1 year of course. So all those good and bad things were happening in the world, but Canadian government federally was definitely looking forward to help the students more and more. Canada also comes with part-time work allowance, which is very nice. Definitely a healthy amount for students to earn to afford their livings. US also gives you 20 hours work. We just in per week, while Canada also gives you 20 hours work per week, and in holidays you can work 40 hours in both the countries. The minimum wages are almost $14 to $15 per hour. So students get a lot of benefits working part-time, especially during the months where there are festivals, and international students can really make a lot of money for those who really want to. On an average, the tuition fee is low and the living expenditures are also not very high, unlike some other countries. So all these factors make Canada one of the most choiced destination for international students. Again, a lot of programs like we have in America, but of course, the number of universities are almost 93 in Canada, and there are community colleges. So we have programs like diplomas, postgrad diplomas, degrees, etc. So all that covers a broader horizon for students to make their future in a country like Canada. We have amazing courses for computer science and other engineerings, including electrical, civil, mechanical. They have aerospace, the MIS, business analytics, only MBA, or maybe postgrad diplomas in all the other choice of courses as well. So this is the cost, which I think as an Indian parent, we must know. So the cost of an average undergrad program can be as low as 15,000 Canadian dollars, which is almost 63, 64 rupees as per today. And the average cost of a postgrad master's can be $22,000 per year. There are diplomas at undergrad and PG level as well, and the cost also is between $15,000 to $18,000 for that. The living cost is standard. We have to show as $10,000 per year in most of the provinces of Canada. So Canada is a combination of high expense and mediocre expense states, wherein the students show a $10,000 but end up spending $6,000 to $8,000 in the regional areas, while in cities like Toronto, Vancouver, etc., the expenditure can be as high as $12,000 to $14,000 per year, which still is the one of the most affordable country as well as education is concerned. All right, so we come to United Kingdom. It is, yes, needless to say, fifth largest economy in the world, and obviously one of the best in the Europe. Most of the universities we represent belong to the top Russell group, which means student gets the best education, and you get the advantage of giving that feeling to him that you've placed him, the student, into a good university. The country is also very favorite for students because of the proximity from India. Half of the day is common between us and when a student goes to UK. So that means the student can spend half a day talking to his family, unlike the North American countries where you have more than 12 hours difference in some states. So the proximity, the availability of courses, and the top end universities, those are some factors which make UK a favorite choice. And if you look at the past, for those who have been into the industry for long, India was always a market for UK, and students and families were very much interested to go for UK. For the past few years, there was a stop on the post-study work visa, which actually reduced the choice, as UK was not one of the first choices then. The students now, because they get 2 years, 3 years of stay back after they complete the courses there, they are happy to be there and make their future in UK. So another good factor that UK offers undergrad degree, which is for 3 years, and a master's degree, which is just 1 year. So students get to save on the time of education and also on the cost of living, because you can complete your degrees much faster, which was in case of North America, 4 years of bachelor's and 2 years of master's at least. It is because of the time you spend less on earning the degree. It is one of the cheapest destination among the 3 countries we talked about, only because 3 years you can complete a master's, the bachelor's, and in next 1 year you can complete even a master's. The international students are allowed to work 20 hours a week during the term time and full time, which is 40 hours a week during the holidays. So that ways again, you get an average salary as a starting package between 22 to 30,000 pounds. Yes, the pound is almost equal to $1 nowadays, but very, very stable economy, very favorable country as far as students are concerned. Gives you a 2 years of stay back once a student completes 1 year masters, and then there are great job opportunities for students, those who are good in networking, good in communication skills, are little extrovert in nature, end up finding great jobs. You might find this slide a little repetitive, but again, the idea is to tell you that all these major countries would offer most of the courses one can think of. The additions here definitely, I mean, we can have as fashion or the other courses related to arts, etc., because London is the place where you would have the best of these courses. Also, just to highlight here, law. UK offers us law degrees at bachelor's and master's both levels, and most of the universities which offer law are affiliated to Bar Council of India. So which means if a student needs to do law, North American countries would not be a right fit, but UK is, because technically he finishes an undergrad or a master's here in UK and can come back and litigate back in India as well. So that way is also the country really favors or is a favorable destination for us. Also during COVID, we saw that UK was the second best country which kept the doors opened for the students, never had issues with visas, and mostly it was a streamlined entry for all the students. All right, so the cost definitely is one of the major concerns we keep hearing from the people we talk to. The average cost for an undergrad program can be 11,000 to 15,000 GBP per year, whereas the masters can be around 15,000, almost the same. There are some small bursaries or scholarships to understand available for students who have good merits, and an average cost of 9,000 GBP is required outside London, whereas in London, when we apply, or the areas where there are high cost of living is expected, one needs to show 12,000 pounds. So keeping this in mind, I think you can definitely look at UK also as one of the options. One of the best countries we work with, and the only reason is because Pack Asia started with Australia as one of our recruitment countries, and hence the team comes with an immense experience for Australia. The system of education is very innovative. Again, we get quite a lot of choices of courses. It's third most popular study destination after US and UK when it comes to students. Again, almost 1,000 plus institutions with more than 20,000 courses. The government is very looking forward to give scholarships to students, those who have good merit or academics. During COVID, the borders were absolutely closed, but now the borders are open, and there are a lot of demands again for Australian education. In fact, permanent residency, like Canada, we have the similar structure in Australia. The work culture is almost the same. We can work up to 40 hours per fortnight, which is a little different when it comes to the other countries. So let's say a student wants to study for 1 week and then wants to work for another week. We can do that because one, you can design your timetable and you can actually create your free time according to what you would like. So hence the country says that I don't want you to work 20 hours a week. You can actually finish 40 hours in 1 week and then study in the other week. So all those flexible systems are there. We get to have staybacks in the country. As per today, it is a 3-year stayback. And when we go to regional areas, it is 4 years of stayback. So it's absolutely student friendly community. We hear about racism in Australia, but that really depends on odd timings. You're moving out with expensive gadgets. Definitely, we are inviting trouble, but otherwise, it's absolutely student friendly, cosmopolitan, especially the areas where Melbourne, Sydney, Perth are. You would have a lot of international students. So hence, I see a lot of less complaints coming from students who go to Australia because there is nothing called homesickness, which really is bothering parents when they send their kids. So Australia has international community with you so that you don't, your students do not feel that. Again, a lot of variety of courses like MBAs, professional accounting, data analytics, accounting, digital marketing, law, security, intelligence, IT, engineering, psychology, all the majors which are available in any other country are there in Australia as well. Again, from North America, what makes it different is a 3 years undergrad degree and a 4 years undergrad masters, the engineering, and the masters are 2 years generally because we are looking at permanent residency. So hence we need to select the master, which is typically 2 years, so that we can look forward to have permanent residency after that. So again, wide variety of courses at grad and undergrad level available at Australia. So looking at the cost, I don't say that it's an expensive country, but at the same time, you get scholarships as well. So an average UG program cost a student almost at 25 to 30,000 Australian dollars, which is roughly 52, 53 Indian rupees. An average cost of postgrad program is roughly 27 to 30,000 Australian dollars. Australia seems or wants at least students to show at least a combination of $22,000 as a living expense, which students will only pay as per actuals, but this is roughly around a 50,000 Australian dollars expenditure for filing your visa. So again, as I said, we have an expert team for Australia, whether that's admissions or products or visa. We'll be more than happy to help you when the time comes for your students to select the university and file their visa. The rest of the details mostly covered by Ranjan, but I would want to just play the video so that you can have an idea. We've been sending students to almost 18 plus countries. The number has now increased to 7. The number for the university is also direct partnership having almost 400 plus now. We started with online counseling before COVID. So I think I would be very proud to tell that we were actually ready for all those COVID related protocols while anybody and everybody was thinking about it, because we launched our online portal. We were known as Pacasia, which my colleague, told you many a times in his training. So with MapMyStudy, we rebranded 5 years ago and then launched our own online counselings in India. So in fact, we were doing online counseling much before anybody could have thought of that a global pandemic can actually affect anybody and everybody for their physical visits. So the company was already prepared. So we work with the state of the art infrastructure, and then happy to help students. Some major recommendations which my colleague also explained, whether that's Australian, American, or the Nepalese accreditations. We have been consistent performers with our great partners. So like Kwantlen is a Canadian-based university where we were ranked as top agents. Curtin is an Australian university where we were winners while they had Curtain Week in Nepal specifically. We were #1 consultant of the year in the Study Abroad by Foreigner magazine. We were winner for the Pi Awards in 2018, which is a UK-based company. So there are many other awards also, which we wanted you to just go through it. So when it comes to MapMyStudy, it is all about good quality of information and education provided to students. So that's our presence in Asia. You can always, have your answers, study abroad queries sent to Nija for now, and then probably Nija will connect you to the team who has to answer back your queries. I will want to open the platform for the questions if you may have.
We have few queries in the chat box.
Yes, thank you, Nija. I will have a look into it. All right, so Sukant, yes, you will have all these slides with you on the Moodle. Pridarshini, you asked for a question which is a term stay back. So most of the countries, when the international students go for their studies, so for example, if you go to US, you get to stay back for at least 12 months. And if it is a science technology related degrees, you can stay another 24 months. Similarly, in Australia, you go for an education, you stay back for 2 years. In UK, you stay back for 2 years. So that is called a stay back period. That is up to the student if he wishes to do work after he finished education in those countries. So legally, you're given that time to earn the global experience working culture in their working culture. Absolutely, Sukant. As I started with, the medical and law courses are a little different, so connect with us. But we do represent a few, very few, but yes, we represent some medical universities. For example, it is St. George's, Grenada, and also a couple of schools in Russia for medicine. Srinivasan, time a student is allowed to stay in a country for post completion. I think Srinivasan wanted to answer that for us. Thank you, Srinivasan. Any more questions? If you may have, you can just maybe unmute yourself, raise your hands, and we'll be happy to answer. Do these universities have campus selections, and what has been the strike rate of getting employed? Absolutely a great question. Yes, many universities have campuses in different cities, especially with bigger countries like US, Canada, and even in Australia. You may have one university having multiple campuses in main cities and regional areas, and you have a choice to go for whichever you would want to. And I think the next part of your question is the strike rate of getting employed really depends on one. If it's a Russell Group university in UK, or if it is a top ranked university in other 3 countries, there are high chances that you would get employed because the employment percentage is also higher. One of the parameters for a university to be a top rank is also its employment chart. So globally, it is expected to be a 78 to an 85% of chances of employment, whereas some universities like University of Manchester or University of Windsor, Lakehead, University of Melbourne in Australia, you have almost 95% of placement chances. Also, it depends on students' networking skills, students' communication skills, and probably how does he how does he go for an interview to crack that? And a lot of jobs are depending on networking as well. I hope that answers your query, but if you have, maybe unmute yourself and we can talk.
I think right now.
Hi, am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, generally in your experience, like I understand top universities will definitely have a good strike rate of placing the students, but what about, let's say, second tier, 3 tier universities? What happens to those students? Do they come back in India and find their employment, or do they get absorbed? And by your experience for 22 years, what have you seen the pattern?
So that is a good question. I would say the only thing I can answer by this is the tier 2, tier 3 universities are still better than many of our Indian universities. Hence, that attracts Indian students to go abroad. Now, what happens definitely is if they are going to a tier 2 university where they would have less of people around them, and if they are not able to talk to the professors, the one who teaches them, or if they are not able to talk to the job interviewers, they will not get the job. That is for sure. Jobs are simply like the way we get in India. It is more like campus placement. In foreign universities, you have job fairs. Students need to drop their CV at the job fair, and then they are contacted by the employer. The employer shortlists the student on the basis of his CV, and then maybe a student gets 3 choices for an interview. He may select 2, and he gives both interviews out of the 3 choices he was selected for, and he may get 1. He may not get any. That really happens, and hence the job fairs are twice in a year. So student starts doing or actively participating in job fairs from the last 1 year. So they at least get 2 chances to get interviews for the jobs. That's one. US is one of the countries which even after the job may not help you with H-1B visas, because that's on lottery. It really does not depend on student or employer if it is a lottery based system. So yes, the student might have to come back because you can only do H-1B lottery twice. If you don't get it, then probably either you do another course or you come back to your home country. So different countries will definitely have different areas where the students need to work. But then in that case, we would say that Canada and Australia, those are permanent residency oriented countries. Hence, you would always have little higher chances for getting jobs in those countries. Also Canada, and then my presentation also I said that the country allows you to work in any field of interest. It is not really important or necessary that you work in only the engineering field because you studied engineering at Canada. So all that factors, definitely the students need to find a job, be vocal about it, be ready and prepared for facing the interview, and the universities help them do so. There are classes conducted from the university side to prepare students for interviews.
And thanks. Right now, if I talk about Australia, say that's an example, some of the countries are having shortage of labor or staff in their countries, and that is where students are able to encash. They're going for studies. In fact, in Australia, there is a big shortage, very big shortage of employment. So students are going and getting jobs easily, right? And Nidhi rightly said that it also depends on the student majorly. And then the students explore the countries which gives you the post-study work. So, after your studies, you have the opportunity to find a job, even if you don't get a campus placement. So you don't have to come back. So that is where you can target for those countries where you have the post-study work options available, even if it is for 6 months or a year. At least they can find a job and they can stay back. They don't have to come back. That is the idea. Yeah. Any other questions coming in?
Yes, sorry, one more question. Do we also have a gateway for, in India, a lot of sabbaticals happens and the people join SPG and SMOG, and are we targeting for those segments as well?
You mean we recruiting for symbiosis, etc.?
No, like in India, people work for 4 years, 5 years, and then they either join for an executive development program with the IIMs or the XLRI. So are there provision for those kind of aspirants to get into London? See, MBA, mostly London, and London has the highest rate for management programs, in my experience. So do we have those facilities also?
So let's say a student who's done excellent education here in India and then probably goes for the top ranked universities. So in UK, we have, leaving aside those top 5, which means the Oxbridge, Imperial and King's, the rest of the Russell group we have. So you can definitely get an advantage. Student needs to apply for a GMAT in most cases and then apply for an MBA, and you will get an advantage of placing him and also getting benefits out of it. In US, Canada, you would have little less because the top 20, they are, or I would say in top 50, there is just 1 or 2 partner universities. Rest of them are all non-partners. So that ways you don't get direct benefits. In Australia, again, group 8, we represent most of them. So like in UK, you get advantage of placing the students if they are from XLRI or ISB or IIM India, because those would end up going to those high-end universities only.
Any further queries we are looking forward for? Any queries do we have? So here I would like to share my contact details with all the advisors so they can note down my number. This is Nirja, and my mail ID. For further queries, you can connect with me. And I would request few of other advisors have not signed the send this scanned copy of the signed MOU as of now. So I request you all, so those who are having the pendency, kindly do it within next 1 day so that we can start off with our further trainings from Friday without any problems over there. So I think we have a question. Do you facilitate for PhD studies also? Nidhi?
Thank you, Nija. I would want to just address that. So guys, the answer is yes and no both. Yes, because few of our university partners across all the countries do take PhD students, but there are no commissions on it. So which means you and I don't get any benefit out of it. So so that is why, yes, we can do PhDs, but since we do not get benefit out of it, you don't get benefit out of it. So, and the student generally will have to contact the professor, will have to prepare the research proposal. So that's again more into the category of medicine and law, as I was telling. Those are different courses, and hence PhD is generally we don't highlight. But yes, few of our partners do have PhD courses which are available to students if they wish to apply.
But can we not charge them the facilitation charges? I mean, everybody understands nothing comes free of charge, right?
So the answer is absolutely yes, and that is what we at MapMyStudy head office and some other offices doing. I don't think now is the right platform for advisors to, like, us to work with advisors on that platform. But let's say in the given next few days, if you have such queries, connect through Nija. I will be happy to talk to you on individual basis. So that is definitely a combination we have. We work for non-partner or the premium universities as well, wherein we charge students. So that's a different service we offer. Like US offers free education to PhD students. So the student doesn't mind, giving you money for helping him for the placement. Yeah, I think Indian universities, Lalit.
Neera. Laliti, as we have already informed you, we have certain tie-up in India as well. We will provide you with the list of the universities in India, so that if you have any student who is looking forward for study in India program, do connect with us. We will definitely help you. Can we get details which has happened now in the hard copy format? You won't, this is being recorded. This complete session is being recorded. So it will be uploaded in your Moodle ID, but no hard copies will be provided. I'm sorry, we cannot provide you with the hard copies, but the recorded lectures are always there. Deepak ji, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about some of them who have not signed the MOU, those who are present in the session. They know they have not sent me the scan copy, so I want them to send it across to me. All right. Thank you very much, Deepak ji. Any further queries we have? So thank you very much for joining in. Thank you very much for joining in. And I think we come to the end of all the question and answers. So thank you very much for joining in. And we will like to join you all, us on Friday. That day, we will be having the training for USA with Nidhi and the team members from visa and application team. So kindly join in before 3 o'clock so that we can connect in time and complete the session in time. So again, the recorded session will be there, but we prefer that if you can have the live session, that will clear all the question answers as we have today. Thank you very much. Have a nice day. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am.